So we're going to talk about potentiometers, and let's take a look at the circuit. It's just a simple circuit. It has a 5 volts power supply, an LED, and a resistor. We're not going to talk about this for now. So if we click on this button, the 5 volt supplies voltage, so it's going to turn on, and if we turn it off, it's going to turn off. So how do we dim the light and stuff? How do we dim the light? For that, we need higher resistance, because when resistance increases, the LED dims basically. So light reduces. So how do we do this? Because we have a fixed 220 ohm resistor. So in this circuit, we have a fixed 220 ohm resistor. How are we going to change it variably, like how we want? So that's when we use a potentiometer. So first, let me show you the pin out. So we have 3 pins. The first is VCC, which is voltage in, and the second is output. This is the output with the inside resistance, the variable resistance. So this is what we use for other devices. And the third one is just ground. So it makes sense. And let's see how it works. So basically there's a formula. Resistance is rho L over A. Rho is just the resistivity of the material itself, and it really doesn't matter. And length, L is length, and A is area. So if we increase the length, the resistance increases. So that's the phenomenon we use for potentiometer. That's the thought process, how it was made. So here we have a resistive band inside the potentiometer, and there's also a wiper which contacts the resistive band, and that's basically connected to the 3 pins. So this is the wiper, and we can basically rotate the wiper. So we can rotate it. It's like a knob. Okay, so here this is 0.0. Here the length is going to be 0, because it makes sense. Because this is 0, and let's say this is some random length, L. So here the length is going to be 0, so the resistance is 0. So 0 ohms, close to 0 ohms. So now we're going to move it. So we're going to turn the knob like this, and we're going to change the position of the wiper. Let's say it's here. Now the length is going to be all of this, which is L. So the resistance is going to be the maximum. So that's how it basically works. And let's see what this means. So if we look at this potentiometer, you see that it has it has a letter, and it has numbers and stuff. So let's see what it means. So in this case, we have B10K. So the latter part, is the resistance itself, the max resistance. That's going to be 10 kilo ohm. And this is basically the way the resistance progresses based on the position of the wiper. So if it's linear, right, it's going to be like this, and that's what we call B. And if it's like this, it's going to be A, and if it's like this, it's going to be C or something. So that's really doesn't matter. We only focus about the max resistance in our case. And let's just look at the circuit finally. So there's power supply, 5 volts. We have the potentiometer itself, so we can denote it like this. So this is V out. So this is how you denote a potentiometer. It's just basically resistor, but then with this arrow pointing inwards. And with this, we can connect our LED with this. That's our LED, something like this. And this connects to ground, as well as the potentiometer. So this is going to be our circuit. So let's just try it out. So we have 3 wires here. The right one is to ground. The middle one is the V out. I connected it to the LED. And the first one is this VCC, so that's 5 volts. So we're just gonna connect this like this. Let's see what happens. Okay, so let me set this knob to 0. Okay, now it's fully bright. It makes sense because it's 0 resistance, so it's just 5 volts. And let's turn this slowly. You see it's getting dimmer and dimmer. And then if we turn it back, it's gonna be fully bright. And if we turn it to the right, it's gonna be dim. So that's how this works. It's kind of loose contact, I think. Okay. So that's potentiometers. That's what they do. And let's see like potential usage of potentiometers like in day-to-day life. Because we usually don't like see in plain sight the potentiometers, but they're actually in plain sight, but we just don't recognize them. For example, I mean, this is what I found in my desk. So this is a voltage supply, and it has so many knobs, and each of these knobs are potentiometers. Like even this one is not, but it's fine. So even this, all of these are potentiometers, and it's found everywhere. So it's like a very, very important concept in electronics. Okay, thank you. Bye.